especially to black women, people of color, since this is a very special time for people of color, especially during the buck moon and the upcoming Leo season. Okay. Um, so I want to talk to y'all, black women, about three rules that I think will work in your favor. I know some of y'all on your lunch break, you're trying to chill, you want some soft energy. So I'll try not to get too loud. But y'all know me. Y'all know when I get fired up about something, I tend to go in a little hard. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Um, the very first rule that I'm following now, that I'm seeing benefits from, is to do the big work, hard people at the very end of my day. That way I have very little energy to go in hard on the hard stuff. Meaning uh, the baggage, the toxic people, the slave work. Um, that work should get a small amount of energy. I'm noticing that a lot of black women tend to try to handle the hard work during the day. They're sitting in coffee shops with friends listening to their trauma. They're trying to get things done with their family and this messy. And then by the end of the day, we don't have no energy to cook a good meal. We're ordering takeout. We sitting up there eating extra food because our cortisol messed up. We can't do a little wash up before we go to bed. There's laundry we still haven't put away. The bed is not made nice for us to get in. So make sure that after you've done most of what you need to do that benefits you, then you can give your energy to toxic stuff. That includes if you have a toxic business. Let that be the last little bit of energy you give to it. All right? Don't go in hard either. Um, so the second rule that I find very beneficial as a black woman, as an African American woman, is to see tension as a trap. Now, I was talking about this in the video I did about an hour ago. Tension is a trap for black women. It's not a trap for white women. They got more peace than us. So they can lift weights all they want, heavy weights. They can deal with a lot of tension and their cortisol won't be so high. But you know that as a black woman, we're running on fight or flight, just walking in a room and dealing with the energy tension. So try to make sure that you are not allowing so many different types of tension in your life. Okay. So the third thing is, do not publicly speak of your abundance and manifestation that's in progress. People don't care about taking from black women. A lot of people doing it. So, there's a lot of black women even on YouTube saying somebody tried to be me, this and that. No speaking out loud your plans. No writing them down and leaving it viewable to the air. Not just the people, but just to the air. I recently realized that black women are more watched than we think we are. We think we're just watched through windows, through online, through neighbors, but when you are a black woman that seem unbothered and you seem like you're not in the American Dream competition, people will tap into your energy psychically. So make sure that you're practicing setting up energy boundaries to protect your spiritual privacy. Now, how you choose to do that is up to you. You can imagine there's a wall around you. You can do that right now. Meditate and imagine there's a brick wall around you. So that when you go to take your next leap today, the energy around you is clear. Or you can wear stones like I do. Okay? Or you can do regular disappearing acts. Try not to be so predictable. You're being tracked and watched more than everybody else. You are the World Science Center favorite laboratory animal. This is why I try to live a more of a spontaneous life once a month. I don't go to the same walking trails. I don't walk the same way. When I realized that I was being watched by male neighbors, female neighbors, people on YouTube was tracking me offline, I realized just how much my boundaries is not respected as a black woman. And if you are a black woman with a YouTube channel, you might as well forget about people respecting your boundaries. So set up boundaries. There's all kind of ways you can do it. You can also do your own psychic study of yourself so you can see what will be coming for you. There's people who love to do spell work on black people, especially black women, to see if they can conquer or take the power, or if they can prove they're more powerful than the black woman, regardless of how strong she look. So you need to fight. You need to get used to fighting spell work every day. You have to make clearing the air a priority that you do more than once a day. Clear the air. If you have been doing work in a certain location that day, you can't keep doing work in that same location. Okay? You know that you have a strong sexual vibration. So you know that people tend to think very deep and hard about you. And they use memories that they have about you. So this is why it's important to go off script every single day. Black woman, go off script every single day. Literally write down, how can I go off script today? How can I blindside somebody? Because people think they studied you and got you figured out. A lot of people do. They think they know how you're going to react at some time. They think they know how you're going to look, what your weight going to be. Hi, everybody. Hi. Vakash. Hi. I love saying, how can I blindside people today? Because I already know that I'm a powerful black woman. So I know people are hot on my heels. I know that sounds wild to like purposely plan to blindside, but you also teach people how to treat you when you can do that. So some days, don't be so interested to take care of people. But don't let people know that that's the energy you're about to get into. You know who's a wonderful character? A male. It's a male. A wonderful character actor that knows how to blindside people. Jack Sparrow. It's sad to say, but we are in a war of pirates now. Okay? And as a black woman, there is no honorable governmental team that you can be on that you can completely trust. So you might as well act accordingly. People want to be a pirate of your business and your energy. You be a pirate of theirs. Learn the game that is being played, even on YouTube. People love to work the number system, the money system, the time of the season. People love to work it against you. You use it to send their energy back and to work it in your favor. People don't want what you teaching. Teach what your people want. The young generation don't want to listen to you. You teach the people of your age who wants to listen to you. If people, your neighbors, do not want to welcome you and include you, then you go to where you're included. You might have to hunt, but you'll find the place. You'll find it. And you stay there. Learn to only go where you don't have to fight for inclusion. You'll find that one bar that you don't have to fight for inclusion. You'll find that one restaurant you don't have to fight for equality. It might just be one, but that's better than none. There is a Chinese food restaurant that is the only one I go to in the whole Pennsylvania, because I'm treated with the utmost respect when I go there. That means there is no grass greener. There is no grass greener, no Chinese food restaurant greener than that one. So there's no need for me to keep looking. Looking and researching for more is extremely exhausting to a black woman. Because you got to go through all this toxicity to find the other one that's just as green. And by the time you find that other green grass, you're like, the journey in the search wasn't even worth it. I might as well just stay with the green grass I had. Learn the simplicity is your superpower. All the other women want to spend 2 hours on their makeup. You're not trying to make money off of makeup, so you need to keep it simple. You're fighting other fights that people aren't fighting. You do need some simplicity in your day. You need a boring meal. You need a simple hairdo. You need a easy to pick from wardrobe. You need some way to make everything that you need to do for you a little bit easier. How you go about that is up to you, because it's your energy that's going to determine whether it's easier. Okay? It's easier for me to do live videos when no one's home. People like to fight over my energy and try to trick me out of my energy. So now I don't do videos when people are home. If I do, it's behind a locked door where they can't get in. You got to be notorious in setting up your boundaries. And when it comes to your money, don't apologize for making everybody wait, because you know this system has cheated you too many times out of money. If people can't wait for you to get your bag, then they ain't no different than the people that discriminate against you. That's how I see it. Now we got another 20 minutes. It's lunchtime. The bonus rule is to hide your body sometimes from everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I know that it's nice to show your curves, but it's also nice to make people wonder what your body is. Because let me tell you, black women's body is studied to see if they like the poster child black woman body. People want to see if you got a big back. People want to see if your butt is flat as the white women. People want to see if you're inverted triangle, how much hourglass. People want to see how much of a certain type of black genetics you have in you. This is why people stare and stare and stare at you. So give them that much to steer. That's not none of their business. That includes a lot of your hair. It's none of their business. I know some of y'all don't like hats, but do you know how much hate and jealousy is put on a black woman's hair? Sometimes you got to cover your head. You don't like scarves, get a hat. You don't like, you still want to look a little sexy with your legs. Get you some loose fitting pants. They still look good. You still can be sexy in them. The point that I'm making is you need to make people work harder for your sexual energy. Make everybody earn it. Some people will look at black women walking down the street and use them for their little playtime in their memories. Why do you think people stare at your body so hard? You think it's all because they just think you're sexy? No, they're taking snapshot memories of you and comparing it to whatever dirty films they seen, and they're using that, maybe putting your head on that body and using that for their playtime. Make everybody work for your sexual energy. Didn't you notice when you're so willing to share your body, how the energy around you tends to go dark? When you keep showing your best assets, people switch up on you. You ain't ever noticed that? It's not about you hiding and running. It's about saying the world needs to show that it's worthy of this energy some days of the week. Do something that the society don't expect you to do. Society don't expect you to wear dresses, skirts with pantyhose, or skirts that go down to your knees. Society don't expect you to wear that because they say you're thick. Of course you're going to show it. Society don't expect you to wear shirts that is at least here. Society expect you to wear shirts that hang so low to show your big mama breasts. Society expect that. When you go on dates, the men expect that. Society don't expect for you to like covering your hair sometime. They say you're not African. You're not going to be into that. You're not a non-modern white woman. You're not going to be into that. They expect you to show up all the time with weave and all your weave showing. Learn to blindside people. Society expects you to be so into today's fashion. They expect you to be into the aesthetic colors, the grays, the browns, the whites, the blacks, like a lot of black women on YouTube are into. They expect you to be in more of the masculine colors. Tans and those type of colors. They don't expect you to be a bright-eyed, bushy tail peacock or parrot. They don't expect you to have island energy. They don't expect you to celebrate your roots that might have came from Barbados or Jamaica. They don't expect that. They expect it might be in your hair, but not in your wardrobe, not in your jewelry, not in your food. They don't expect it to be in those places. So that's why you do it. You go on dates, order you a margarita, but not the ghetto margarita. Order you a margarita like they make it in the islands. Stop ordering Tanqueray on ice. They expect you to do that. You're a black woman. They expect you to drink Hennessy and E&J. They expect you. They expect you to want to have a beer like your black man having his beer. They expect you to do that. They expect you to match the drinks of the black man. No. Do it differently. They don't expect you to make drinks that you got to shake up. Our ancestors had drinks they were shaking up. They don't expect you to do that because I don't even see it in black women's houses. I don't see shake up mixers for fruit drinks that they shake with their hand. I don't see none of those drinks. They don't expect you to love your juice unless you're on a juice fast. I'll be like, I'm not on a juice fast. I'm a juice head. I'm just a juice head. They don't expect you to do that. They expect you to eat your popsicles and your icy cups. They expect that. They expect you to order chicken when you go to a restaurant. They expect you to pick that off the takeout menu. No. If it's not a chicken salad, I'm not ordering it. When somebody say, well, you know, they got fried chicken, say, so what? So? A part of being non-modern is being unpredictable to the stereotypes of black women. If somebody say, well, can you cook fried chicken? Say, can you? Can you? You think I can cook fried chicken because I'm built like a chicken? Because I got a big wide hips and big curvy body? Because I got a chicken butt? You think I could put my foot in some chicken? That's exactly why I'm not cooking no chicken. When you go to the store, people are expecting your cart to be full of chicken. Do you know how weird people look at me? When I go to Walmart or some store and I'm hanging out at the haddock in the whiting, they don't expect that. They expect me to eat tilapia because I must got black people money. They expect me to go to the chicken breast, but I don't go there. I go to the chicken loins. They expect me to buy white bread, but I buy Petra's Farm cinnamon raisin bread. They see, I'll blindside a person, somebody in a minute in this house. People are teaching you how to sabotage your own energy vibration through encouraging you to glorify the black woman stereotype energy. Start asking yourself, if this is what they say most black women would do, I ain't doing it then. Is changing my hairdo every month or every 2 weeks and getting expensive hairdo something that black women do? Yes. I'm not doing it. I'm going to get 3 styles out of this one style every month. They don't expect me to do that because that's what white women do. They roller set their hair and then they comb it, they blow it out, and then they pin it this way 1 week, and then they pin it that way another couple days, and another way a couple days, and they got 2 weeks out of that one roller set. They don't expect you to be mindful of your hair purchase money. They don't expect you to do that. They don't. They don't expect you to go to the beauty school for your shampoos. They don't even expect you to go there for shampoos. They expect you to break your neck bending over the tub like the slave women did and do your own shampoos. I had a friend say they was blindsided because I kept telling them I was going to somebody just for shampoos and conditioner. They said this is what they said. I ain't never met a black woman that don't do their own shampoo and conditioner. I said, well, now you met one. I might do my own shampoo and conditioning twice a year because that's backbreaking work, and people expect me to do it. People expect me to have 3 people in this house I'm feeding and bending over at my age and doing my own shampoo and conditioning. It's a no. Black women, people expect you to have no teeth in your mouth by 50. Yeah, yeah. They don't expect you to put your dental work before car work or Uber or jitneys and use your feet. They don't expect you to do that. Do you know I've had people fall silent when I say I'm going to my dentist. People say, I don't expect black women up in their 40s to be in our energy. They too much trying to bust their butt to secure their manager CEO position for retirement. But no. I can't begin to tell you, even my old self is a part of this. I can't begin to tell you how many black women who I've sat around at night and I did not see floss. People don't expect black women to self-care their teeth. They don't expect that. They don't expect black women to stand night over their house and have packed their own toothbrush and toothpaste. They expect us to just crash at family homes after eating and turning up and partying and didn't do our teeth and go about our day in the morning, drive them wherever they need to drive. I've had family members say, what are you getting up and doing? I say, I'm getting up to get my floss. Do you know that black people's teeth often sit super close together like this? Especially black women. Except for the 2 front teeth. The buck teeth might be spacious. But the rest of the teeth is like this. Yet, I don't know too many black women that glorify flossing. I go to the little cheap stores for black people in the black community and they're never out of floss. Never. And then they say, I'm going to get me some veneers or fake clown teeth or whatever until I can pay to get new teeth. Black people have genetic problems with their fangs, these ones, the side teeth, due to the way our ancestors were abusing them. Before they were using cutting knives and stuff, they was just all like that. Now, since we know this, don't that things that black women need to be even go harder in on the flossing of the rest of their teeth? I'm just having this real talk because a black woman will be considered totally undateable all because of one tooth. That's just how critical this world is. Just how critical it is of you. Just because your hair is not flawless, you're undateable. Just because your belly sticks out a little too far, you're undateable. What this means is that you need to prioritize your self-care so that in spite of people telling you undateable, you know the work you're putting in, so you know that you're dateable. You need to put time aside as a black woman for the fixing of myself. If you sense something wrong with you, don't put it off. No more putting it off. No more saying, well, I'll get my feet done tomorrow. No, you know you need your feet done right now. Get it done today. You know that you need work done for you in the home. Get somebody to do it today if you can. Black women have a habit of always putting their needs as the lowest priority. They say they're not because at least they did it. No, we're past that. At least I did it for myself. We need to do for ourselves when we have plenty of energy to do for ourselves. If you got plenty of energy right now, do for yourself. No one's going to put you in jail and arrest you for not cleaning your house from head to toe before bedtime. It's your house. No one is going to be able to put you in jail because you did not ride or die for them. If they're grown, they can't do nothing about it. You are really not available to the world until you have gotten in to be naturally about putting a lot of your energy into you. To the point where the people you used to put your energy on into a lot, they start to not like you. They should start to not like you. People who you put your energy into most of all, more than yourself, if they're still liking you, then you haven't put your energy enough into yourself. I have a friend who I cut off, and when I momentarily spoke to them, you could tell they had an attitude. I could sense that their energy has an attitude. They think I'm self-absorbed. They think I only think about myself. That just lets me know that they was sent by the devil, because when I was putting my energy into them, I was suffering. If people are getting ahead of you because of what you're doing for them, then that's a major red flag in your life. I don't care about any grown folks' diet more than mine. Really, until you have mastered something about yourself, you are not available to teach it. You are not available to give it. Till you have been in flow state a couple weeks with what you need even for yourself, you're not available to give it for free to anyone. You should tell people, until I have got finished a lot of the work on myself, I cannot see the people that I once saw. And that includes you. Because what was happening to me was happening while I was in your life. If you're on a weight loss journey, Black woman, you cannot ride or die for the people who kept watching you gain weight and did nothing. They can't go forward with you. You wasn't putting out desirable energy like them. Friends who stayed thin in your face, even white women too, and knew you were gaining weight and tried to normalize it for you, they can't go forward with you. August season, it's about glow up. Right now, we're going into August in Virgo. Glow up. Anybody that was comfortable with your low glow cannot go forward with you. Just doesn't matter who they are. Okay? Anybody that tried to keep you in bondage in any way, it doesn't matter how. Emotional, mental bondage. Bondage with internalizing your emotions. You cannot go forward with them. Anyone that tried to make you feel unattractive was doing spell work on your diet. They can't go forward with you. They're probably doing spell work on you right now. If you distance yourself from that person, they're doing spell work on your diet and your glow up right now. I know things. I tell people I know things about the energy. With this buck moon, spell work is definitely going down. And it's on your finances. It's on your diet. And it's on your self-care. It's coming at all three. Especially at women of color. Your money is nobody's business. And people are going to try to trick you so they can peck off your money while they give you trash energy. While they breadcrumb you, they're going to try to trick you to give more, basically to slave out for their breadcrumbs. It's a no. No, don't slave for no breadcrumbs. Set your expectations high. That was the number and the quote I saw yesterday. Don't apologize for how high you set your expectations if you are a black woman. Okay? Don't deal with people who want you to dwell on the past. That's spell work right now. People want you to hate who you are today and think about who you were yesterday. They want you to be stuck in the past time energy. It's a no. No. Celebrate who you are right now and reward yourself for every progress. Doesn't matter how small other people think it is. You do 4 or 5 YouTube videos on your new channel, 3 videos a day, or it doesn't matter, 2 hours, F amount of videos. Reward yourself based upon the hours you put in, and you will definitely be in beast mode self-care. Then you'll be taking yourself really seriously. The hours you put in. Don't your boss award you based upon the hours you put in? You reward yourself for the hours you put in. You put in 1 hour in doing your creative work, and you know that is more than yesterday. You deserve a reward. If you have been procrastinating for the past week or two or a couple of weeks, and you managed to put 20 minutes in to your work today, you deserve a reward. You get paid by the hour. You don't need no boss for that. And this is something that I recently realized with myself. That I deserve to put money into me because I'm also a casino machine. Hello. I'm a casino machine. People betting on me. People betting on me. So I should put money into me. People will put coin time 10 minutes into me on this video. People will put time aside to watch. They betting on me. They betting on my energy. Well, I mean when I show up to cater to people's energy in these live videos, I must also put money in me as a reward. People come and put their time into me, and they get a reward of my knowledge. I must reward myself for rewarding others. And this is deep. I'm not going to do 3 hours of YouTube work today and 1 hour of a PDF and go to bed tonight. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to go look on the clearance rack. I'm going to go and spend a little something off my gift card. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and use a little bit of my Amazon card as a reward. Even if it's just $10. Because I don't know if the reward energy I got on these live videos is enough to give me the energy breakthrough that I need tomorrow. Only way to be sure of that is to reward myself. Okay? So black women, reward yourself for being the generous black person in your family. Reward yourself for being the backup mom of your neighbors, letting their kids sit in your house after school till the neighbors get off to get them. Stop letting kids carpool with your kids, and you don't reward yourself. It doesn't take away your generous nature. Rewarding yourself for generosity, it doesn't vanquish the generosity. You was taught that if you reward yourself for being generous, then you wasn't generous. That you have to sacrifice your energy to be in gratitude. No, you don't. Because you don't know how beneficial your generosity was to that person. They may never tell you. This is why you still must reward yourself. Okay? Oracle is here and present. Here is a takeaway for our lunchhead people. You do not discuss your losses unless there's somebody that has solutions. So you need to lay groundwork with that with people. I need a solution for what I'm about to tell you. Because people already look at you and think you're so abundant. They look at you and say, you got the biggest lips, you got the cheekbones, your hair is so thick, you're not going to go bald when you go old. You got big boobs, big breasts, big bones, you're tall, you're sexy, you're powerful, your voice is deep and powerful. Yeah. They already think you're abundant. Don't be fooled. The non-black people think you're abundant. They will never tell you that you are. When they see your big teeth, they say, wow, I wish I had big teeth like that. My teeth is breaking because they so thin and little. They'll never tell you. So they secretly glorify hearing you complain about your losses. So to make sure they don't get so nourished and fat, you say, hey, I want to talk to you about some losses I had. Some things I feel like I wasted on. I want your insight. I would like to know your feedback about these losses. What would you do? What would you do? You would blindside people. People are used to hearing black women complain. And that's it. They're used to that. They're used to us saying, my baby daddy is this, my kids is this, my boss is this, and my mama this. They're used to you being in our energy. But when you're a solution-based socialite, they get blindsided. The fact that you had the nerve to ask for help, right out loud. They say, are you a black woman? You sure? You sure you ain't just passing for black? That's what people think about you. Blindside people and say, I don't have solutions to everybody's problems. I need solutions today. I don't wake up and say, who can I help? I say, I need to help myself. You can consider me narcissistic or arrogant. But the very first thing when I wake up, I say, God, help me out. I don't even say, I'm worried about my child. I'm worried about my man. Nope. I wake up and say, I need solutions. That's the very first thing. I open this book soon as within the first hour. God, I need help. I go on YouTube. Help. People don't think I'm going to do that because people look at trees and they see me and they say the trees don't look like they never need help. Look how strong they are. Look how long they've been standing. Look how long their branches are. They don't need no help. Yes, they do. Everything need help. Everything need help. And when you ask for help as a black woman, you make people prove that they respect you, that they are about your growth. See, they can hide when you don't ask for help. They can hide that. But if you ask for help, you put them in a hot seat. When you say, I need a solution for my losses and I want to know if you have a solution, you didn't put that person in a hot seat. Now it's time to prove if they're about you. No more waiting for people to show up and just help you. How you know they ain't helping you to help themselves? You say, I want to see if you'll help me when I come towards you to ask for help. It is even in the stars of a lot of black people, when you even look at the natal charts and the star pattern, have a problem asking for help. We wait for it to be magically the answers to come. Maybe it'll show up in my news feed. Maybe it'll show up in YouTube. Maybe somebody will call me and give me the message. What? No. I'm going to put my fingers, I'm going to do the searching in YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and randomly text somebody who claimed they for me. What you think about this? We're here to be helping hands. Everybody else is too. If they're going to claim they God-fearing, ain't nobody claiming they God-fearing in my face and feel some type of way when I say I need help. And say, how can you be in that energy? Or are you black? I mean, last time I checked, your Messiah needed help. He had a cry for help when he was on that cross. He had a cry for help. So I am going to be shameless with my cry for help. Stop waiting until the SHIT to hit the ultimate fan to run up in these clinics and ask for help. You need help as soon as you need help, black woman. You don't need help weeks down after it's taking you down to the ground and all the way through the ground. You don't need help then. You needed help the moment it started to do something to you that was hurtful. You needed financial advice the moment you said, I don't think I could do this. That was the moment you needed help. You don't need soft help. You need tough help. You need tough help like this. Because this is what got things done when our ancestors needed to get away from the slave master. It was the grandma that said, we can't do this no more. Out in the fields when the slave master wasn't home. She was tough. She put her foot down, and it is called earth energy. And it was, I am going to tell you the ultimate truth. You don't need soft blessings. Your little kids need it soft. You don't need hard love. You need tough love. I know you think you don't. Yeah, you do. You need somebody to tell it to you straight. Your materialistic ways got you in that situation. Now, here's what you need to do. Don't hit your mouth. Don't let your mouth hit to the floor and say, how dare you? No, you need to stone cold truth. We have to stop babying each other and saying, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. You know why we baby each other? Because we think that we can't take tough love because of racism and discrimination. I can't give you tough love because you're already going through a lot. No, actually what you're going through with white people is pretty optional. It is. You ain't got to go through nothing with their businesses. You don't need their businesses. You don't even need their jobs. You don't need their stores. Everything they got, we got. You can go to a black doctor. You can go to a black farmer's market. You can go to a black writer's workshop. You can go to a black college, Tuskegee. I think Tuskegee is still a black college. You can go, you don't have to go nowhere they go. Actually being exposed to racism is an option. You can minimize it to the bare minimum. So you are not, tough love for you from black people is not something you should be pissed off about. Okay? The kind of tough love we give each other is going to save us from destruction of racism. It's going to save us from self-sabotage that we might never get over because we already still being in toxic white spaces. Oh, hi everybody. Oh, thank you very much, James. We say we don't want to hear the mouth of black men coming for us. Then start accepting the mouth of other black women coming for you. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to hear a man of spirit red pill. You say you tired of hearing them. Well, there's black women who got married young, who made all the mistakes, who now see all the stuff they did that was toxic. Listen to us. You got to listen to somebody. We all do. We all do. Because God works through people. Pick a group. Pick a group. Pick a tough love group. You say the red pill community is too tough. They not respect my energy as a man. Okay. You think they should treat you like the swan princess. Fine. Then go to a black woman who's not required to treat you like the swan princess. I'm not required to treat you like a princess. I'm required to give you the tough love of an empress. Yeah. Like the Gilded Age. The white women give tough love. The white empresses give tough love to their princesses. Yeah, and they don't complain. Their princesses don't complain. They don't say, my white grandmother told me that I'm impure. Could you believe it? The white girls don't say that. They don't. They sit there and they take it from their white empress grandmothers. You need to learn to take it from the black empresses. The people that done everything that you're doing right now that's trifling. If they done it already and they done with it, listen to them. Listen to that woman. I had women who did what I did with wasting money, and they told me right to my face, you ain't got no dowry. You don't save no money. What, you been at this job 5 years and you ain't saved no money. What the hell's going on with you? I literally had empresses tell me that to my face. And I was only in my early 30s. I sat my butt down and showed respect. I didn't say I'm grown just like you. We both grown. No. No. I'm in a different time, age range. I got different influences according to my age. So I need to listen. If somebody's 60 years old or 90 got an important lesson for me, I'm going to listen. We have to stop. I noticed there's a thing going on with 30-something-year-old women. 30-year-old women want to match the energy of women who's a decade older than them. You're still raising babies. We ain't. You still got kids living at home. I don't. There's lessons I learned from that, even as a black woman, as a person. Don't you want to be spared from those mistakes? Don't you want to be able to be my age and say, I ain't do what she did? Woo, thank God I didn't. Don't you want to be able to say that? Don't you want to be able to say, I didn't sacrifice my teeth to attention seek in my 30s. Don't you want to be able to say that? Because a lot of black women will sacrifice their teeth in their 30s. They running with these kids, putting in extra hours at work, unnecessary extra hours to take lavish vacations, to think to meet the man of their dreams, that it's going to make it easier to meet the man of their dreams if they travel the world. They worried about proving that they could rise in the companies and the 9-to-5 job life rather than glamorizing long-term wealth. Teeth and feet. I know black women whose feet don't look nowhere near as nice as mine. Nowhere near. They toes is this way, that way, broke, twisted, all kind of ways. They're sacrificing it for the grind. That's in my like mindset. That's what it is. I want to talk one more thing to black women before I end this video about boredom. Black women say, I did not succeed. I was bored and depressed. Depression got me. And then I fell into boredom and it got worse. You know what depression secretly get nourished and fed off? Lack of self-focus. When you have those moments in your day where you feel low, there's a door waiting for you to tap on it for some sort of level up of your energy. It is God saying, I need you to take care of you. Depression is a sign that you have to take care of yourself. I know you want to blame it on trauma. I know you want to blame it on the white man. I know you want to blame it on your toxic baby daddy. But trust me when I tell you, none of that will be that hard on you. When you take that moment, when those ghosted memories of toxicity start to bring you into depression, you take that moment and you do something for yourself. Whether it's rebraid one side of your hair, whether it's maybe I should floss my teeth again, maybe I need to file down my toenails. It is literally God knocking on your door and saying, there's something about you ain't been paying attention to. I know you making it about what happened to you. But really, if you was doing the things for you, that stuff probably wouldn't have happened to you. If I would have been in the energy of taking more care of myself, those people probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to really disrespect my energy. At least not to the point where it later on depresses me. I would be under too much time constraint for self-care. Every time you meet a toxic situation, you say to yourself, what haven't I done for me? The devil comes for you when there has been some neglect of yourself that's gone on too long. That's something that I recently learned. And we kind of intuitively knew this in the 90s. When our parents were toxic, we went dancing. When our neighbors was disrespectful, we quickly made plans to leave the neighborhood and do something fun. Go to the local store and see what's on clearance. Literally, run to yourself. Matter of fact, make a list of the favorite things or the things you really need to do for yourself. And every time somebody disrespect you and it starts to make you depressed, say, let me go to this list and see what I haven't done for myself, or I haven't done for myself in a while. I had a family member that always tried to give me tiny morsels of attention. You know what I started doing when they would flip into that energy? I would jump up and go do something for myself. I noticed that they start saying, well, where are you going? What you about to do? I said, I'm going to go do something for myself. I'm going to go take care of me. People will look evil saying, are you taking care of you? You shouldn't be taking care of you. No one's really going to say that right to your face. See, that's how you disarm the devil. The moment that it comes, even with the smallest toxicity, you say out loud, well, I guess that's time for me to do for myself. That's a red flag. I'm obviously kind of neglectful of myself. Y'all, I'm telling you the truth. Maybe I didn't clean my bed or make my bed good enough. Maybe there's something about me to smell. It's not about you saying you don't deserve respect. It's about you sending that energy right back immediately. Because that's what self-care do. Because disrespect and toxicity that leads you to depression is trying to oppress your self-love. That's what it's doing. Everybody knows when people get into depression too much and consistent, self-care starts to get worse and worse and worse until it's so out of hand that this massive overhaul has to happen just to improve yourself. Self-torture adds up gradually. The more wars that you're in internally because of what you've gone through outside of you. So you have to say, every time I go through something toxic, something within me is starting to get a little damaged. Yeah. This disrespect is probably happening in a time that I'm supposed to be doing me. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to be working on that poem that made me feel good. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing a live video and I'm supposed to get donations, but I'm sitting here arguing with people after work. I didn't got off at 3 o'clock and I'm sitting on this phone arguing with family members when I could be doing a live video on YouTube and getting my bag. The devil don't want you to have self-care at all. It do not want you to have that. One of the main things that narcissists love to do is destroy your self-care. And black people are heavily under narcissistic attack. If you have been a certain unhealthy weight for a long time, if you notice that every couple years your hair fall out, your teeth go worse, then there's obviously something happening every couple years that is throwing you into depression. Okay? There are numbers that trigger the devil. The devil is working on the number system just like the creator, the scripture numbers. The devil is watching those numbers, sensing the numbers in you energetically. So if you say, why it seems like every couple years, okay, then you need to keep track of those numbers. I find it very interesting how black people in general will glamorize reading the scripture information out the Bible, but never that number. Never taking notes in the journal of that Bible scripture number, so they can be prepared when that number come back around, what is going to happen to them. Even in years, in days or months, you can pretty much start to predict the devil. The devil is actually pretty predictable if you just keep track. Black women keep track of how nice you dress, as much as what I'm saying is keep track of how often you are attacked by the same negative energy, just as much as you keep track of how nice your clothes is. Because you know, black women will be like, I don't know if I should wear that. I don't know. Okay. Keep track of your attack season. Keep track of that. You'll see. Here it go again. You'll say, here, I knew it was happening, knew it was coming. I had a doctor say right to my face, black women need to care a lot more about math. He said, there need to be more black women as mathematicians and money managers and financial. He said money, numbers. I said, you know what? You are right about that. You're right about that. Don't nobody got to know how you work in the number system, because understand everybody doing it. Don't be fooled. When the pastor see a number, he go to his Bible, his scripture number, and he knows exactly what to bring the church did. He doing it. Everybody doing it. Keep track of your scripture numbers. You got to work your life like you are a bookkeeper working a leisure and getting paid buku money to do it. Have seasonal journals. Write those numbers, your scripture numbers, at the top of the page. Label the season and the month. And when it's time to do a clearing or to do soul reflection, you look through that journal and you see, okay, when did you go through this? I did when you saw this number in this time of month, and who was you around, all that type of stuff. So you can see where that interference is coming from. Because let me tell you, it's hard for you to see as a black woman when you're like switching to black issues, you're switching to situations you're having in society. You start to forget about the importance of numbers. When you're so switching to social toxicity, like I was arguing with my man, I was arguing with coworkers, I got into it with my neighbors, you start to not think so much about numbers. Numbers start taking low priority for you, and that becomes a major problem. I actually, within a 2-month period, I will find a way to release some money and also reward myself. Reward yourself for releasing money, because you might not want to believe it. A lot of black women are stingy. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. We're not during the time where black women will rush to give you sugar. It's kind of like now, and it's like, oh, you'll get a half a cup. It's a little passively stingy energy. So you have to reward yourself. People want you to work 10 times harder for something that's average. And you won't know when to reward yourself if you're not paying attention to your scriptures. When you have to be in positive energy, when the Creator say be positive, love yourself, take care of your self-care, you probably need a reward. If you see an angel number to say the Creator wants you to focus on self-care, the Creator wants you to put yourself first, you probably need a reward. And if you're seeing that number and your man is not rewarding you, he's probably sent by the devil, or he's in devil energy. That's how you also figure out who is going to the dark side in your life. Whenever I see scripture numbers and the Bible say, well, this is the Most High, proud of you, you're doing good, you're not in slave mentality, you're taking your purpose seriously. The Creator says self-care is cleanliness is next to godliness, and I'm seeing that, and my partner is disrespecting me, I already know that they got devil energy. Hi, everybody. Your partner should be actually rewarding you monthly. Everybody on your soul team. Yeah. Yeah. Even your kids, monthly. Even if, Mom, I stopped over, I did a little bit of dishes. Mom, I sent you something in your email from Amazon. And because you know that you showing up, you putting stuff out there that everybody can benefit from. Maybe you're doing YouTube, maybe you're doing TikTok, maybe you're doing a book club, maybe you're monthly publishing books, maybe monthly you're sending out scriptures to the whole community and family. If you're in that energy, if you're in that energy, maybe you're volunteering at the local food bank every month. Maybe you're donating to the homeless people, and saying my kitchen is always open if you need some food, fam. If you in that energy, then everybody should be rewarding you monthly. Yeah. Doesn't matter what they decide. It should be a reward that is for you. For example, I have a family member that monthly will bring me my favorite juice. It might only cost $5, but at least they didn't obey the scripture. They obeyed intuition that told them to give me that reward. Because when I'm in positive vibration enough during the month, I already know that people that love me is being told, people that care about me is being told to send me a reward. See, my scriptures are telling me when people should send me reward. And when it don't come, I know somebody that flip-flop and got fake on me. This is why it's important to watch your scripture numbers. If a scripture number, if you know you ain't do nothing negative and a scripture number was not completely fulfilled, somebody got led off course with you. And that's just it. If you have family members that you know that you would go in and help on a monthly basis, and they go 5 months without helping you, they in devil energy for you. You might as well not even want to see them. It don't even matter what they doing behind your back. Why would they go months and not care? Let people's absence teach you who they are. Stop trying to figure out why. Stop texting and saying, are you doing me like this after everything I've done? You know, black women, we will go at somebody and be like, how the hell are you going to do this to me? Sometimes you got to say, let me just see how long this absence go so I can see how they really feel about me. If they feel that how low priority I really was the whole time. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to call or text. I want to see how low priority I was. How long they going to stay absent. That will tell me if I just need to let this absent be. And I have to think about with the energy I'm in. If I'm loving me and taking care of me, and they're being all absent. Hi everybody. Sorry about that, y'all. So as I was saying, if I'm in a cycle of intense or just frequent self-care, that I'm hitting all the checkpoints of self-care every day, and people want to be absent from my energy, I already know that I was pretty low priority for them. Okay? We don't need to have a discussion. Now this is a closing thing. Black women learn to accept having no closure. I know that's hard for us. We hate not having closure with people. We will call that man and be like, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Why? The closure happened when they didn't even want to have closure with you verbally. When they did not want to answer your one call, When they didn't even bother to let you know why they wasn't talking to you, that was your closure. Okay? It's time to stop glorifying needing closure. I need to know why my baby daddy did this to me. I need to know why he ain't coming to get his kids. I need to know why my dad was a deadbeat dad. I need to know why I wasn't. No, you don't. That's the closure. They're not telling you. They don't care about closure. If you care about closure when they care about closure, they're the ones doing it to you. So just say, I don't care. I'm gonna let this be dead in the water. I'm dead in the water. It ain't even gonna come to shore. I'm gonna let this situation be a missing persons case. Cause I got to live my life. I got to go on. I have things that just for me only that I'm fighting to have closure that actually really do need closure. Like closing out a bill. Y'all, my videos be the real. Okay? We don't need first or last discussion about something that we didn't deserve. Some treatment we didn't deserve. There don't need to be a first discussion or a last discussion. There just needs to be the person coming to us to discuss it. We don't need to go to them. The world, a lot of people in this world think that black women are in desperation energy. That we're going to come to them for closure. We're going to complain. Blindside people and say, well, I'm leaving this dead. You want to leave this dead? We're going to leave it dead too. We're going to leave it dead in the water because that's what you want. And believe me, your throat chakra will be more at peace. You'll live longer because your heart rate isn't under stress by trying to get closure from somebody who showed you they don't care. A lot of people that live longer lives are just not thirsty for closure in that last conversation. They're not. Okay? All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to send a donation, you can send donations to my Cash App at @ Coach V Hunter. Thank you very much for your donations. 1:37, 1:38 on the clock. Bye, everybody. I'll see y'all possibly between 2:30 and 4 p.m. or I will see y'all between 5 and 8 p.m. Okay, in Eastern Time. I might show up again one more time today. All right, bye, everybody.